Critics are calling it the best comedy of the year.
Welcome at this party. I think a little explanation is in order. This song is called Insanity Was Throwing a Party. It's part of my Unhinged album, which is 10 songs inspired by the events of 2020 and beyond. As you might recall, back then, Antifa and BLM were mostly peacefully protesting as they burned down buildings and murdered some black children, destroyed black businesses, but it was all in the name of helping black people. Black lives do matter, but unfortunately the slogan and the sentiment was picked up by an organization of Marxists who said on their website they want to do away with the family unit, they want to destroy capitalism, basically they want to destroy the U.S., and corporations who were trying to look virtuous would contribute millions and millions of dollars to their cause. Not one penny of that money went to help any of the black families who were destroyed in the riots, but they did get the executives of Black Lives Matter some mansions and good times abroad, vacationing, having fun. And as months and months of these mostly peaceful protests went by, there were plenty of politicians, mayors and governors who were collecting money to bail them out, and at the same time pushing policies to defund the police. These same politicians who found themselves being mugged or their cars being stolen called on the police to help them. And while all these American citizens were doing their best to destroy America, a place that gave them the freedom to peacefully protest and speak their minds, over in Hong Kong, they were actually rallying together, spontaneously breaking out in song, wanting to protest the coming crackdown from the Chinese communists. They were actually trying to be more like the U.S. and keep whatever freedoms they had. And they would break out in a song called Glory to Hong Kong. They would actually start singing this spontaneously in shopping malls and other areas. And you could see the expressions on their faces. These people truly knew what suppression was and tyranny. And they knew that slavery was just around the corner. So they really had something to fight for. So I did a search for the writer of the song and was able to find him, and I secured the rights to use it at the end of my song, which I thought was really appropriate. Anyway, welcome to the 13th episode of Uncle Neal's Neighborhood. I am Uncle Neal, a.k.a. Neal Fox, or Neal Fox, a.k.a. Uncle Neal. And what are we talking about today? Well, it's freaking insane. If you were around New York about the time of the 1970s or so, you know what I'm going to say right now. Crazy Eddie, his prices are insane.
Now, Johnny, you won't get any dessert until you finish all your veggies.
Oh, Mom!
Sound familiar? Many people have been abused as children and to this day may not even be aware of it. At Legalese, we make suing profitable and easy. Just give us a call and our professional psychologists will determine whether or not you have a case. It's that easy at Legalese.
Have another cookie, Johnny? Maybe some ice cream? How about a piece of cake?
Legalese will help you get your just desserts.
It was a time when everything was racist. Here's a partial list. Chess is racist. Owning dogs, a front lawn, crosswalk signs, tipping, master bedrooms, national parks, The Muppet Show, Jingle Bells, calling the Wuhan virus, thinking you're not racist. That was the most racist. Racist stretching. Beethoven was racist. Math. Oh, math is racist. There was a time when men could be women just by saying they're a woman and wearing a dress if they need to, just to prove it. And a man in a dress could be a professor of pediatrics and psychiatry and raised to the heights of 4-star admiral in the United States Public Health Service Commissioned Corps. There was a time when the esteemed President of the United States could say he wants a black woman to be on the Supreme Court, only to find out that this black woman has no idea what a woman is.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
Of course she can't tell what a woman is. For God's sake, she's not a biologist. And if that's not crazy enough for you, here's Joseph Biden.
Let's get something straight. You remember, if you covered me from the very beginning, I did not say that, in fact, the sanctions would deter him. Sanctions never deter. You keep talking about that. Sanctions never deter.
Do you believe the action today will have an impact on making Russia change course in Ukraine?
That's not what I said. You're playing a game with me.
The president believes that sanctions are intended to deter.
The purpose of the sanctions has always been and continues to be deterrence.
The purpose of the sanctions, in the first instance, is to try to deter Russia from going to war.
We do see them as having a deterrent impact.
Our country could not be better served than with this most experienced, capable hands than yours, President Biden. He's just perfect.
Joe Biden is a great president. He is a gift. I've said to him sometimes, I'm glad you didn't win before because we really needed you to win now for president. He's perfect. He's perfect for now.
This show is brought to you by me and my recently released album, Unhinged, which I think you will find very interesting. It's not just about the craziness going on in the world. It's also very uplifting at times. But I try not to get too uplifting. Nah, just kidding. It's very uplifting. You can buy it. You can stream it. Go to my website, therealnealfox.com. That's NEALFOX.com. You can stream it. You can buy it. You can share it. You can do whatever you want with it. Listen to it even. Yeah, it's on all the major digital platforms for streaming, for sales, downloads. Check it out. I think you'll like it. And it's not all bad news. We just heard that the former President Donald J. Trump is suing Hillary Clinton and about 50 other people for the hoax of Trump colluding with Russia. They were doing that for about 3 years, wasting taxpayers' money. And as it turns out, the FBI and the Hillary campaign and a whole bunch of other folks were in on the whole thing, making it up and lying to the public and colluding with the mainstream media, a.k.a. corporate news media, a.k.a. fake news. So whether you voted for Trump or not, whether you hate the man or love the man, this should come as good news because justice shouldn't be different for the rich folk and the elites. It has to be the same or the country just falls apart. So the poor man who committed a little crime or didn't commit or was just accused of a crime, he should get the same quality of justice as Hillary Clinton gets. And Twitter, you know that company whose CEO said he's not at all interested in the First Amendment? Free speech means nothing to him if it's hate speech. And of course, he's the one who defines hate speech. They canceled the Babylon Bee, which is a very well-known satire site. They do some incredible work, really funny. Well, they were canceled by Twitter. Twitter gave them an option to take down a particular tweet or get themselves canceled. Well, they're not going to apologize to Twitter. They decided to leave it up there and go to the public, let them know what's happening. They are not going to bend the knee to these mini tyrants. In other news, Harry's Razors, a razor company that's competition to Gillette. They didn't like Gillette's high prices, so they came out and they became very successful. And they were advertising on a place called the Daily Wire, which is sort of an alternative news and entertainment site. It's with a conservative bent. Well, it seems a high school student with 2 followers on Twitter complained to Harry's Razors that the Daily Wire was, here it comes again, hate speech. So what did Harry's do? Instead of thinking, well, this is only one guy with 2 followers, they pulled all their ads from the Daily Wire and wrote some really nasty little things about him. But the Daily Wire didn't bend the knee. They created their own razor company, which has one of the funniest commercials you've ever seen. Go to, look up Jeremy's Razors. You'll see the commercial. It's just incredible. And they're doing incredibly well after just a few days on the market. So, Twitter, you can go to hell.
that old lady luck in my soul. Like a gambler on a streak. Looks like everything's going my way. I'm just a man, but the gods have been smiling at me. There's the smell of sweet perfume. Now there's only one thing left to say. What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you talking about? Was it something you're drinking? Did you care when the bottom fell out? What the hell were you thinking? Now tell me what the hell to do now. Was life too good? Did I not do the something I should? I've been karma, dharma sized in the mystical scheme of things. I took you in, gave you love and a place to begin. We were drifting on a cloud, didn't care what the future brings. What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you talking about? Was it something you're drinking? Did you care when the bottom fell out? What the hell were you thinking? Now tell me what the hell to do now. Unapologetic, totally cosmetic, and no one's home. She's clever and she's scheming, no qualities redeeming. There's gonna be some screaming tonight. It's not revenge, but a rose never smelled quite as sweet. And I'm living for that day when the judge and the jury say, what the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you talking about? Was it something you're drinking? Did you care when the bottom fell out? What the hell were you thinking? Give him something to gossip about. Was your memory shrinking? Was your mind trying to sick this one out? What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you thinking? What the hell were you thinking?
Well, I had a grand time. I hope you did too. This was episode 13. Who would have thought it would last this long? If you'd like to help me out, you can go over to my website, therealnealfox.com, and pick up some merch. I've got some t-shirts and got some CDs, got some downloads, all kinds of wonderful stuff. Get on my mailing list. And you can follow me on Spotify and YouTube and Rumble. Just do the @Neal Fox thing, Neal with an A, of course. Tired of saying that. And you can become a patron at patreon.com/Neal Fox as well. And I just want you to remember that if you're feeling a little down, life got you down bunky, go out and look for somebody who needs a little help. Helping them could be the best way to help yourself. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.